boys? How we doing? How we doing? Thursday night live stream coming at you. It's not Friday night. It's Thursday night. Markets close tomorrow, 4th of July weekend. Pretty excited. Not going to lie. You guys get 2 of these special rip-offs. Leave your mark on the world. That's for tomorrow. And over the weekend, I thought it'd be something, excuse me, more on the lines of July 4th, but it says, madly love yourself in the now. So I actually kind of like that one. I mean, you should do that anyway. It's a tragic death today. Another young soul took their life, 31 years old. It's a guy I watched here and there on Twitch every once in a while. Dude proposed to his girlfriend, assuming she said no. A couple hours later, he decided he didn't want to live anymore. I know there was a lot more to the story. His brother actually did the same thing. So I know he was living with that pain, but boy, oh boy, can I not imagine the pain of those parents right about now. 2 sons. I can't even imagine. Kim, what's up, man? Chris, how you doing? Thomas, what's up? Yeah, Chris, if you want to ask any hard questions, feel free, man. Go for it. I have a hard question for myself. So I know that you can scale in and out. Like, let me reload my desktop here so you guys can see when this thing loads up. Watch what it does here on Tesla. So the reason it does this, you can stray off topic for a second, but let me finish. You can stray off topic as I finish this thought. So I know that you can scroll in and out like this, but if you scroll too far, right, to get the candles where you like them, now you can't pull that chart down. So it's kind of annoying. I don't know how to fix that. It'd be nice if you could like right click to drag it like that, and then you could like drag the chart down with it. So that's kind of annoying. But I know it's doing it because it's getting the studies into the whole chart. So if I come in here and I hit show study info, and now if I were to I wonder if it's because the chart's already that way. I don't want to save it. I'm pretty sure that's the right one. Yeah, that's definitely the right one. Let me try just getting rid of this one just to see what it does. Let's see. I think that'll work. No, it still did it. Why? I guess if we scroll in now, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I can only stay a few minutes, but I hopped on to see my time productivity. I hoped to use my time productivity and see if you could talk about going back to live streams during the week. I'm sorry, Kim. It's not going to happen. At least not right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, the fact that this week I traded better. I felt just better trading than I have in a while. So I'm definitely going to kind of run with it and see if maybe not live streaming is part of that. So nope, I did not. I literally just started. You were actually in here like as I started. So yeah, it's probably not going to happen anytime soon. I actually had told myself when the channel gets closer to like 5,000 subs, I would probably reintroduce the idea. So just to kind of give you an idea of where my thinking is with that, because the stream itself wasn't growing. I had like the same 10 to 20 people every single stream. It was never really more than that. It's kind of the same with the Friday night live streams here. I see some people that have only been on YouTube for a little bit, and they're pulling in way more numbers because they cater to the 90%, but I'm not really worried about that. Like, I'm not worried about the numbers, but to have to stress myself over running the live stream every single day of the week, it just wasn't necessarily worth it from an emotional standpoint and a business standpoint. So I'm just going to take a break from it for a little while. And yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's other live streams out there. If you want to be entertained, go watch Monkey or something. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Chris, I'm going to answer your question here in a sec. YouTube is now spamming smartphone users with live stream ad popping up when app is closed. Really? Interesting. Are you subscribed to the channel, Dan? I wonder, maybe, do you have the little notification bell on? Because, I mean, it'll randomly send me, like, I won't have the notification bell for, I don't think I have it for anybody, but it'll still send me reminders via notification, like, every once in a while. All right, so Chris's question, are you religious? My theory is the morals and principles of religion can really help emotional trading. So the short answer is no, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but I believe that everyone has an entitlement to their own beliefs, and I'm going to leave it at that because I don't like talking religion. I don't like talking politics. I don't like talking those major areas that can get way too far off topic, and I just don't necessarily want to really keep diving too deep into that. So I try to stay away from it as much as possible, but there's your answer if that's the answer you're looking for. I do believe in Mark Douglas, though, when it comes to helping emotional trading. I saw a day trading ad before your video, and so I was, oh, gotcha. Yeah, damn those ads. I'm pretty positive I don't make anything off of ads before a live stream, so it's kind of annoying that they're even there. Yep, no problem, Chris. G-Sam, I enjoyed you and your friends specifically. Nice group of guys. Well, we're in the Discord, and I've made it a point to be in the general hangout much more often. Also, Kim, in the Discord, if you go in there right now, you'll see, I'm going to join it real quick. You'll see the voice channels on the left side. There's a hangout channel, and I'm in there right now. Let me mute myself just so it doesn't mess anything up here. But you'll see me in there every morning. I'm still in there. Thomas is in there. Devin comes in there. There's some other people that come in there. Constantine's in there. There's a bunch of people that come in there. So if you still want to hang out, I still talk. We still talk to each other back and forth. Yeah, it's really still, it's kind of like the live stream. I'm just not like, it's more of a hangout. It's not me trying to entertain a bunch of people watching a live stream. It's more just hanging out with me, and I'm still telling you like what I'm looking at, what I'm trading, all that good stuff. So that's still happening. It's just happening in the Discord, and there's no like screen share and stuff like that. So, yep. Yeah, I've been trying. I keep forgetting to say it in the videos throughout the day. But I keep meaning to let everybody know that I am still doing that. So maybe I need to just make sure I keep saying it over and over again so that people will know. Dario! No, you're not late. We just started. We're kind of easing into it a little bit. I got my... I need to think of a name for it since Brian... Speaking of Brian, let me see if I can do it. Why that? Never again. Budweiser. Yeah, I saw Tony. Welcome. Yeah, you'll see us. You'll see where I am in that voice channel called Hangout. That's where we hang out in the mornings. So we're pretty much there for most of the morning. Kind of fizzle off into the afternoon, but we've been in there, just chilling. Yeah, no, never again. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, whatever. So Martini Friday is already taken. Blue drink Thursday. Blue drink. I need to think of a better saying. This drink is called the Hawaiian, so maybe I'll just come up with Hawaii Fridays. So let's go over our trades today while we're all kind of chilling. Car was the annoying one today. Yeah, look, after the day's over, it says, oh, we're in a downtrend. F you. This one was a little disappointing for a couple of reasons. Like if we scroll out, this is what we were looking at. But let's get rid of the linear regression. Clean up the chart a little bit. This first pop, it was pretty nice. I liked it. Right out of the open, had a nice little kind of build up to it from the pre-market. 25.73 went right up through the whole dollar, came back through, and then said, nope, we're going. Nice explosion up there through 26.50. Kind of felt like it was done there, so we jumped in. It did come down a little bit, then it kept ripping. Got a nice ad, started to come down. Said, nope, we're going to rip up through 27. When it made this high, we were looking for 27.50 for the ad. Didn't quite get there, 27.47. Like we were looking for it to pop through. And so when it started to come back down, once we realized that this came down far enough towards 27, we figured we're going to be risking off high of day anyway. Why not add to our position here? We put an order out, 26.61. I don't know if it's going to let me try to zoom in far enough to where it'll let me get it. It's not going to. Anyways, if you saw my video today, we had an order at 26.61, and I'm going to tell you right now, I was trying to exercise my patience, right? We knew we were risking a high of day here. We were accepting the risk. We didn't want to take profits too early. This thing kind of, the ask never really came down with it. So I don't think we ever would have got a fill under 70. So I was looking for that better fill. And this close to the $0.50, I figured there was no way that we weren't going to at least test down into the 50s. And sure enough, I was very much wrong. 76, 73, 66. That was where we were 5 cents away from our order. And I mean, right after it touched 66, this thing just shot straight up to 27. So it didn't even really give me a chance to take out anything right after that had happened. And this move happened pretty quick, as you can see. And because of that, I didn't stop out at high of day because of how quick this move happened. If it wanted to if it took like 4 or 5 2-minute candles to get to high of day, this definitely would have been a stop at high of day. But since it happened so quick, I had a feeling this was going to be a little bit of a fake out breakout because it happened so fast. But if it wanted to continue, it was one of those ones, you guys saw me, I had my finger on the button. If it wanted to continue up towards 28, I was just going to cut it. I would have been very unhappy with having to cut it there, but that was the plan. I said, I'm going to give this a shot to be a fake out breakout, and then I'm going to cut it if it wants to get up through 28. That was the plan. Probably a bad plan in hindsight. It doesn't really make too much sense. But I just really had a gut feeling that this was going to be a fake out breakout because this move right here happened so fast. So we were right. It was a fake out breakout, got up to 70, came back down. We left our order here. We never moved our order, didn't get an ad. And I think that was the mistake. I think once we realized that this was a fake out breakout, once we came back down below 27.50, we should have been hitting that. We should have been hitting that with an ad right there. And then I think this trade would have been much different. Obviously, it would have been much different if we got our 75% cover over here instead of missing it by 5 cents. But, hindsight's 2020. But I think not a mistake per se, but I think the big miss here was not adding, knowing that if we went high of day, because you saw me immediately after this came back down through 50, we put the stop in. So that was the plan all along. So why not get an ad there, right? Why not get the ad there as close to that as possible? Looking to come back down, would have raised our average. So when we came down, we could have taken some off because it came down again, got to 72. Our average was at 87. So it's not like we had a bad average. We were just trying to be patient with this, right? Especially after a fake out, we really would start to think that this is gonna work, right? We tried to go higher, we failed. So the odds are this thing's gonna get that pullback, right? Previous resistance was all the way down here, 25.73. Trying to be patient, trying to just get a $0.50 test, right? That's all we were trying. VWAP was still down here. There was really, to me, there was no reason that this thing shouldn't have came down and at least tested the $0.50. But I guess it knew we were in the trade. But just being funny. Anyways, as you can see, it hits the support area again around 70. And it comes back up. It kind of stuttered here around the 27.30s. And I was looking over here and I said, you know what? This kind of does look like a weird little head and shoulders that could be forming. So I said, you know what? We're kind of close up here to high day again, where I should have added the first time, which would have made more sense. We would have got a cover in here at some point because our average would have been closer over 27 at that point. But we didn't. So as it came up, it kind of stalled here for a minute. And we hit the button, and it was just a little stall before the rip. And so we had our stop sitting there at high day, and we got stopped out. But as you can tell, We now have a previous resistance. Let's act like none of these candles exist, right? Would I have taken this trade if these candles didn't exist? 100%. This is the same setup. Look at it. It goes through a previous resistance. We look to get into the trade, look for it to break back down. What does it do? It breaks previous resistance. We get into the trade. We did miss our add here. I don't know why I didn't add through 29. I was really looking for the push a little bit further because I thought it could have a little bit more of a squeeze. I was looking at this candle based on that. This was what, a $1.20 move, and we only got what, 90? Yeah, it was $1.20, $1.30 actually. How come this candle looks bigger? I guess because of the wicks. This is engulfing, and this has the wicks, so it doesn't look as big. But no, so maybe that was my fault. I should have had to add probably there over 29. But anyways, it came back down. We knew that here when it came back down, we were going to be risking high of day there. So we started to add into our position, looking for this to be the backside. Tried to pop back up a little bit. Again, looking for this to be a little bit of a descending triangle. Hit it with another add. Tried to fake us out a little bit, and then it ultimately started to come back down. This was just a standard whole dollar. Kind of felt like it was holding resistance there, or support there, sorry, at the whole dollar. So we took some off. These were equal 111, and then we came out 111. So we got the 28 breakdown after it tried to pop back up. Took some more closer to VWAP / we got through that previous resistance, expecting maybe it to eat up, or at the second cover was at the previous support. Sorry, I keep saying resistance. Well, it is previous resistance. I was expecting it to possibly be used as support, but as you can see on this candle, it dove right through. Saw we were at VWAP. You could feel it trying to get held up there at VWAP. And obviously on the quicker move down, expecting some sort of bounce there, but wish we could have held on to some there, because further you go into the day, this thing kind of faded the rest of the day. But still a good trade. We ended up making a little bit more than half of what we lost. So again, I wish we would have got some kind of I wish we would have had the add here. I wish this could have been. It could have worked out. Obviously, it just didn't work out. It's one of those trades where you didn't play it horribly. It just didn't work out. And if it did, the second trade was a nice trade. It was actually a really good trade. I felt really good about my ads. It just felt normal, and it was kind of exciting. Even these ads, this one here, this third ad, that you see here. I didn't feel too bad about this one. This one was more of a, let's just raise our average, hoping to come back down and test this support area again so that we can try to, just get out of this trade. But unfortunately, that thing ripped right away. But there was always a plan in motion throughout the whole trade. The possible stop, if it kept running here, was probably not the best plan, but we still did have a plan in the moment. It was a little bit off kilter per se. It wasn't something we would normally do. Usually we would just cut this thing at high of day and kind of eat the consequences. If it did become a fake out breakout, which it was in the moment. But I don't know. For some reason, I had a feeling just how fast this thing moved up that it was going to do what it did. And I don't know, maybe I've just seen it happen so many times that I'm starting to realize that there's a high probability that might happen. So I left my chips on the table, and I decided to give it a shot. And we ended up being right. But we still ended up losing the hand. So, Kim, see you, man. See ya, woman. Happy 4th. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, blue balls. Yeah, I did mix it with balls last time, so that would actually be a more appropriate name. Yeah, Dario, join me. I like it. But yeah, that was the 2 trades on car. We ended up total down 42.57 on that one. So why is my... Oh, because my OBS is up there. How come you guys didn't tell me you could see me twice? I didn't even notice that was up there. So let me catch up in the chat real quick, and then we'll go to our next trade on SONO. I'm wondering why AAL had a red day, even though confirmation on funding to guarantee survival. Well, you have to realize a lot of these stocks, well, this one doesn't seem like it's up that far, but a lot of these tickers were up too high already, right? These guys haven't been in business for months. I mean, granted, they've been opening up slowly or whatever, but a lot of what is going to be coming out in the news is probably already built into the price. I mean, look at it. This thing was up at 22, What was the high here? It got up to a high of 22.80, and they haven't had any kind of revenue in months. So, I mean, it made no sense for them to be up there. So, any kind of good news, it might just be already factored in at this point, and people are just tired of hearing, the fake. I wouldn't say it's fake news, but they're tired of just hearing news to try to prop the stocks up from falling even further. You said it when it happened. I should hit it, and you didn't. Did I say it? Did I say it in the Discord? I honestly don't remember. You're probably right, though. I probably knew it subconsciously. I should have hit it, but I didn't. Flag consolidation like that usually works in strong markets, but lately it hasn't. I don't know if you were talking about the... Are you saying it was a bull flag? Let's see. Yeah, a lot of people always call these bull flags. Whatever. Call them whatever you want. People call them bull flags. I mean, I wouldn't say this was a descending triangle. Obviously, this kind of was really whippy looking, but I mean, I guess you can call it a bull flag, whatever. That's the funny part, is you can call it a bull flag. If you look at it on the 1 minute, I bet it looks more like a head and shoulders. Yeah, I mean, look at it. Shoulder, head, and I was assuming a shoulder might form. Obviously, I wasn't playing the pattern like that. This was more of just me saying, hey, I'm going to add here, looking for it to kind of top out, finding resistance at that previous resistance there at 50, and obviously we were just risking high of day. So if it wanted to work and come back down, that's what we were looking for, but obviously it just didn't work. What do you think of when you covered and lost to buy long? Yeah, Chris, I've actually done that in the past a couple times, and I'm probably going to start doing it again. I'm not going to lie, because it makes no sense not to, right? When you're wrong, usually there's a reason why you're getting out of the trade. So yeah, it's always been a thought in my head. I'll get there. I think one of the reasons I don't do it is just because I'm still trying to build a small account, and I don't really want to start taking risky plays, because technically if I reverse my position there, I'm playing a breakout. So it could get stuffed in my face and I double my loss pretty quickly. So maybe in the future, when we're working on some house money, we can start looking into that. While you guys are here, hit that like button. Maybe we can get a bigger audience. You never know. Maybe we'll hit the algorithm or something crazy and do a giveaway tonight. I just ordered four 24 count cases of balls. Shot every time technically comes up. For you? Yeah, do it. Play a drinking game. Every time Tim says the word technically, you guys have to take a shot. And I'm not even going to do it on purpose. Let me turn this fan on. Hopefully that's not too loud for you guys. I'm trading a house right now? What are you talking about? Oh, like your account's big enough, like a size of a house? Well, what kind of house? Like a mobile home or or a mansion in Beverly Hills? 4 pizzas? No, I'm not that hungry. So anyways, real quick, just to go over Sono. This one was a pretty easy one. I was a little annoyed that we didn't get more out of it, and my stop really made no sense. I'm going to tell you why I put the stop there here in a second. Yes, size of house, LOL, just a small rental. So previous resistance here, 1520. This thing dipped here to open, but then kind of climbed back up. It wasn't really a fast move until we got to that red to green move. And then we went, and then we went, and then we went, right? Right through that previous resistance. Nice big move, huge candles. Love to see it. Right up to the $0.50. We actually got in right on the other side of the $0.50. Through 1560 we were adding. I said this in the live trade. Just not quite. We had our finger on the button, just waiting to see it go through 1560. Didn't get there. Came back down pretty much right away. Probably could have got an add in once it did on the other side of 50. Not sure why I didn't, to be completely honest. We were actually pretty patient here on our first cover. We waited until all the way down here, previous resistance, assuming it might be used as support, which kind of did. It went a little bit lower. We put the rest of our shares here at 1505. We were actually all the way down here. And we kept trying, kept forming the support up here. It was kind of annoying. It never really wanted to get through it. And yeah, we ended up stopping out. So the reason we stopped out, if you go into the daily, I didn't mean to draw that or that. All right, go into the daily, scroll out a little bit. Yeah. You'll kind of see I'm trying. So if we scroll in, you'll see this top right here. It was right there. I don't know why I just didn't go use high of day. It was kind of silly. I don't know. I was kind of already out of it a little bit. I honestly don't know. I just said I'm going to put my stop there because I had looked at the daily. I was like, oh, that's a good level. And we were already down here. We were testing it. I was like, there's no way it's going to make it up there. And then all of a sudden this thing, you should have seen it. It went from like 1510. There was a huge order. Went straight up to 1543 or 1535. And then right around, it got to 1540, I think, or it was like 1536 or something. And then shot all the way back down to 1509. And our order was still sitting there at 1505. So obviously we didn't get filled. And then it got bought right back up and then stopped us out. And then it did all this crap and consolidated. And then it shot down here and went to 1504 just to laugh at us a little bit. I don't think it ever, oh yeah, it's 1505 was here. But it was, I don't know. It was weird. I should have just been stopped at high of day, but I guess I saw that line on the daily. I was like, I don't want to let this go all the way back high of day and blah, 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 blah. So that was Sono. Then then the SPY started going nuts. So when the SPY goes nuts, I like to pull up the VIXY, like when the SPY's going down. And this one was, when I said I was getting into this, it was pure scalp. I was watching the SPY on the other side. The SPY was really extended. I'll show you what I was looking at. As you can see, look at the SPY, how extended it was. It was right here. You can see these two candles. This is where I got in. This red candle here is where I got in on the VIXY right here. You know, see how it looks very similar? So I got that move up. Previous resistance here, shot up. Once I felt the top there, watching the SPY looked like it was ready to reverse as well, just for the rubber band effect. Took the trade. It was just a scalp. That's all I was looking for. Wasn't looking for anything too much, and that was that. I was just looking for the quick little rebound. And then, as you can see, the SPY actually did end up trying to go a little bit lower. This actually did go a little bit higher. Was it 48, 46? So yeah. If for some reason we didn't take anything in here, which that would have been silly, we would have got stopped out high of day there. And the last trade, that actually brought us to within, I think it was $13, or maybe it was I think it was $14 of being break even on the day. And if you guys actually watched my entire video today that I put out, it was a long one, 17 minutes. The Amazon gift card was in there, by the way. At the end, I said to myself, even just last week, if I took that first loss on CAR, there's no way that the rest of the day, I probably could have taken 5-6 more trades, but they all would have been much smaller size, because when I take those first losses, I tend to downsize, and I just tend to say, okay, obviously I lost, I'm not seeing something right today. Like, I immediately think that I'm the issue, and it wasn't that, just the trade didn't work, right? Trading over the long term is just a numbers game. So you're going to have losers. You need to just accept them, move on. You should, just because you have a loser doesn't mean you should take the next trade and trade it any differently. If you are, then the odds are it's because you're too emotional because of your size. That's usually the case, because you lost too much in that trade and you don't want to lose it again is usually the problem. And I think that was what was stuck in my head, but in reality, it wasn't really the money that I was losing. It was just the fact that I lost. I think I always have had an issue with losing, not necessarily the monetary value behind it, but just the fact that I lost. So, and I think that's why I like this strat more than others, because there is a high win rate, but I'm also learning to accept that there are going to be losers. And just because I do lose, it doesn't mean I did something wrong. And I think that's the biggest problem that I had as a trader, and still do, is that when I lose, I think I did something wrong. And even today, even with the loss on car today, I still felt like I did something wrong. Like I could have taken profits a little bit earlier. Why didn't I take profits earlier? When it gave me that second chance, why didn't I just take it break even? But in reality, I know, like if we go back and look at that car chart, I know that in most cases, the probability is in my favor that this is going to continue down and I'm going to get paid. That's the high probability that I'm looking for. So if every time I just take profit early and don't let these work out for me, that's actually in the very long run, I'm talking over years of trading, money that I'm losing. Because if just one time out of every 10, 15 trades, this happens, so what? You're going to make that back plus some by being patient and letting the trades work for you. But if every time you keep taking profits early just because you don't want to lose, it's gonna bite you in the ass at some point. And I'm finally starting to realize that. It is taking me almost 2 years to really realize that. But I mean, the first year I didn't even think about stuff like this. I was just trying to figure out what the hell trading was. So it's just like chess. It's just like poker. It's just like anything that you're learning for the first time. I always say, like, there's a game called Rocket League, and poker and all those other ones. Like, anybody can learn and anybody can play. And I'll say, it takes a couple minutes to learn. It takes a lifetime to master. And that is definitely the case with trading. You can sit here and I can explain to you like what trading is and how to get started. But for you to actually jump in and actually understand, and then on top of that, be able to control your emotions behind it, that's a whole nother story. That's going to take time. It's going to take time. So if you are new to trading, you need to realize that it's going to take time. It's taking me, August this year will be 2 years. And like I said, it took me probably about a year to even understand that I need to be thinking about this stuff. And now it's taken me a year from then to even start to have it click. So just keep that in mind. And I really feel last Friday, something, I don't know what it was last Friday, something happened. Something just kind of clicked and it's starting to feel good. This week felt really good. I would never add on the backside like this. And now I don't know. Today it felt comfortable. Even though we lost in this trade, it still felt very comfortable. Yeah, Brian, I still have that literally sitting here. I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. And it's so true. I don't know. Maybe it was when Brian said that. I don't know. It could have been anything, but something clicked. Something clicked. All right, let me catch up on chat real quick. Did you get in on MYOS or Fran? I don't think I could trade either of those. No, couldn't trade MYOS and could not trade FRA. And they look pretty nice though. You didn't take them because you're human. But that's what I'm trying to say, Fran. Sorry, not Fran. Daniel, is that a lot of people would, or a lot of people will say, okay, I'm putting my stops at break even because they don't want to lose on the trade and stuff like that. Where it'll come up and chop them out. That's what you hear that term a lot when you're new. It chopped me out. It's because you're not accepting the risk. It took me forever to figure out how to accept the risk. The question you need to answer to yourself is why you really didn't add at the top. Adding would have changed the results on both of the card trades. I mean, this pop through 29 was pretty quick. I think that had something to do with it. And I think I was just expecting it to give us a little bit more. I was looking just to get up more through 29. And I think it just dumped really quick. So I think that's why I didn't get the add up through 20. I'd have to go back and watch it. This one, though, the add down here was... I think in my head, I was watching it so intensively, seeing if it was going to keep running because I had my finger on the cover 100% button if it wanted to keep running. So I think I was more concentrated on that. And then when it whipped back down, I guess I was still just kind of relieved that I didn't have to hit the stop button, that I didn't add. But I'm pretty sure it hung out around 60. Like it went through 60 and then tried to go through 50 and then it kind of hung out there. So there is no reason that I could have added, but I've never been in that situation before. So now I read it right. I read that this was a quick move up. It was probably going to be a fake out if it went through high of day. And now I know. Now I know that next time this has happened to me before, and I'll look for that. So if I feel the same way when it happens again, like I said, this move off the bottom here, it was pretty quick. So that's why I did what I did there. Like I said earlier, if this would have just grinded up and then went high of day, I would have stopped out there. No, Thomas, I disagree there. Or are you saying on the top one? Because down here, if it consolidates like that and goes high of day, I'm not looking to add anymore. I'm not looking to add after it goes high of day. If anything, I was really looking to cut there, and it would have just been a really bad looking cut if it went up through 28 there. What's up, Jeff? I didn't even say, oh, those are your smileys up there. I was gonna say, I didn't even see you come in here. And the last trade today was IQ. This one was kind of self-explanatory. I pulled it up late, but I saw the move. I think Brian actually got into this, and I had saw that he mentioned it. So I pulled it up, and I realized I was late. But this is a spot where I would look to add anyway. Came up, topped out, came back down. And unfortunately, we literally bottom ticked our entry there, looking for it to break down at least towards 24. Obviously looking for previous resistance, probably would have looked to take off 75% there around the whole dollar and then look for that previous resistance for the rest of it. But unfortunately, it decided to go higher. So we just cut it high of day. So gave a little bit back there. Wasn't anything crazy. We lost $13 there. So we were looking to make, it was about 1-to-1 on that one. That's all we were looking for. Like I said, I took that trade just looking to get back to break even, but it was a good trade. I don't hate it. Even if I waited to over here, I would have considered this a descending triangle, and it just didn't work. Right? You can clearly see it there, para into a descending triangle. Just didn't work. It happens. Not that upset about it. It just kind of, I mean, as it was coming down, it felt heavy. Felt like it was going to break. That's why I jumped in. And whatever. Let's see how we're doing over the course of... So last Friday, this chart didn't look too good. Let's see what it looks like now. The P&L after this week came back up a little bit more. See, I don't remember what full screen looks like real quick. Let me pull this up over here. Okay, that's fixed. So, had those two choppy, very choppy weeks. But as you can see, building it back up, and that was today. So, I beat myself up pretty hard after today. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't say I beat myself up pretty hard. I'm not gonna. That is a lie. But I remember when I came to my journal and I started putting everything in, and I saw, that's it. That was my day today. I was just like, whatever. All right, bring on next week. Like I was actually really happy with my trades today. Just they're not all gonna work, right? I'm not even gonna say I got a little greedy. The trade just didn't work out the way that I had planned for it to work out, and it happens. I accepted the risk. I accepted that my aces got beat there. Let's say they probably more like queens, but this is like really slow today. I did click it, right? Oh, maybe not. See, win percentage sitting right around 83%. The old PF, profit factor, 1.44. So we're getting there. Can't really complain too much. Let's take a look at the calendar actually. We're red on the month of July, guys. Ugh. But last month we still ended up green. We had a pretty rough 2 weeks. Starting here on the 11th, we had a pretty big loser. Next trading day on Monday. Didn't trade anything on Friday. I don't remember why, but we just did another losers. A couple losers. One, I think this was the dish day, wasn't it? Let's see. Oh, yeah, ETRN and MTNA. I remember that day. Excuse me. Oh, that's gonna take a while to load. That's gonna load everything. Whoops. Let's see if I can stop that from happening real quick. It's gonna make me refresh. It's a Trader View if anybody's interested, by the way. It's really cool. I love using it. I know, all green May. That was, of course, we were using really small size when we first started getting back into everything. And if you look at it, our size was still pretty small, minus this day. That was crazy. We were trying that new entry method, and we got a little heavy in one of the lower floats, and that thing took off. And thankfully, we don't really look at our P&L when we trade, but when we were done that trade, it was nice. But as you can see, a normal day was a little bit lower than that because we weren't really scaled up. And then literally the first day that we looked to scale up, we had a big loser. Came back on Monday, lost again. Had pretty good day here on Tuesday, Wednesday. And then we came right back to another big loser. This was the Dish day on the 18th. Dish owned us that day. I had a couple misclicks in there too. And then as you can see, Friday and then Monday. I mean, just you don't see this many red days usually when I'm trading the strat. And yeah, it was kind of crappy. But after that, like I said, these 3 days I remember they were solid. But then I don't know what it was. Friday something clicked. Let's go take a look at the dashboard. What did we trade that day? What day was it? The 26th. So we traded pins, VBIV, and IQ. Let's take a look at them. How do you add another wedge to the desktop? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Thomas? So pins, just the normal trade. Hit the pop. Went through the previous day's high. Covered down towards VWAP there. Wasn't really any previous resistance because we got it on the first candle. Could have been from pre-market. Well, no, because pre-market was all the way down there. I was just playing the pop. What was the next one? VBIV. I'm pretty sure this was a smaller trade too. Oh, gotcha. Give me one sec. VBIV, previous resistance here, 320. Jumped in. That pretty much gave it right back, so we scalped it pretty much because it gave back that whole move right away. And what was the other one? Maybe it was IQ. I don't know what it was, but something felt like it clicked on that Friday. I remember it distinctly. Maybe it was what Brian said. I don't know. This looks like another scalp. Actually, yeah. Took about 50% after the move through 23. That one kind of made us look stupid on the cover. Should have scaled out of that one. How to add another wedge to the desktop widget. Oh, you're saying widget. Got you. So I believe... Where is it? I think you just hit this. Is it the settings? No. Maybe? No, these are all the ones down here. It's a good question. Oh, is it in here? Trade settings, portfolio. I'm trying to remember, because I just changed them not that long ago. Let's see. Maybe it's layout? Maybe it is this. Is it in here? Entry price, exit, symbol, status, side setups. No. I don't know, Thomas. I know you can move them around, that's for sure. I just added it though. It's a menu somewhere else. Setup mistakes. Oh, that's those. Can you move these? I wish you could move these around. Close. I know it's one of these. Let's see. Portfolio. Nope. Trade settings. Nope. Privacy. Nope. Or wait. No. Theme. Nope. Kevin, I'll actually answer that for you here in a sec. Give me 1 second. Let me just find this form real quick. I know it's in here. I just checked all these, right? Portfolio, maybe? No, that's that. I'm supposed to know these things. Oh, wait, what is this? No, that's not it either. How do I change you widgets? Profile. Let's just click profile, maybe? Nope. Account plan, personal information. It's not going to be any of those. Let me hit this. Make sure. Oops. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything here. No. More. Like, can I? Oops. I didn't mean to hit that. Oops. Hit the wrong date. May 8th. I don't know, man. I don't know where the heck I found it at. Oops. What did I just do? Evaluator. Where was it? So I don't feel like such an idiot. Thomas, don't leave me hanging. It's very frustrating that I couldn't find it. I feel like an idiot. It's probably going to be something so simple too. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. That's right. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, that's what it was. I remember doing that, and then, yeah, this is the menu I was looking for. Ugh. Speaking of profit factor, by the way, I actually had them add that, so you're welcome. I think it's a good thing to have. If there's any gurus out there, that's the number you want to ask them for. If they want to try to prove to you that they're legit, make them show the profit factor, because there's a reason they don't post every day. Just gonna say. All right. So to answer Kevin's question, let's go to the calendar. This is actually another feature that I've asked them to implement. It's the average winning day. So what I have to do, which I don't really mind doing, I should probably keep this like a running tally at somewhere, but so I have to go, and you have to keep in mind too that this number is lower than what I expect to make right now, just because of the first month and about a week into the strat, almost 2 weeks actually, a month and 2 weeks, I was using much smaller size. So we have to keep that in mind when calculating this. But at the same time, it's just a good guideline. So what I do is I take all the green days and I just add them up and then divide it. So let's do that real quick. Oh, I forgot I got my num lock disabled. Hold on 1 sec. All right, 421. It won't take that long. I'm pretty good. I used to work at a check cashing place, and I got really good at using the numpad. Plus 4 plus 3170 plus 3288 plus 4870 plus 1850 plus 3239 plus 2470 plus 4460 plus 4760 plus 4888 plus 1223 plus 2635 plus 975 plus 15930 plus 2017 plus 22 plus 12, and we got 71479. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27. All right, so our average winning day is $26.47. So keep in mind that's obviously with a bunch of scaling, the scaled down amount. I mean, look, $4, $4, 13, 11, 12, 4, 6, 5. So we're using much smaller share size. But the strat hasn't changed, right? Everybody will tell you that has made it. If you can make $50 a day, or we'll even use $10. If you can make $10 every single day using the share size that you're using, you can make $100 a day. If you can make $100 a day, you can make $1,000 a day. It's no different. It's the same strategy. It's all about becoming consistent with the same strategy and then just scaling it up. So that's what we're in the process of doing. We're in the process of scaling it up now. I've been on average, if you want to come look, since like the 24th, 32, 24, 44, 32, 48, and then 12. So we are in here 48, 47. So you can see like when we scaled it up here, that we are having the bigger winning days, and they're bigger than this. So I keep saying the more that we're over this number, it's just going to keep going up. But I don't want to start from somewhere else besides May 8th, because that's when I started using this strategy again. So that's why I've been keeping track since then. I mean, I could obviously go back and look at my overall stats, from everything from when I first started trading in August of 2018, but that's not going to tell me the stats that I'm looking for currently, because all the stuff that happened in the past before this doesn't matter, right? It's all the past. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. So as of right now, my quota is at least that 26 and some change number that you just saw. But the goal is to keep making more than that, to keep raising that number. But it's not a rush for me. I want this to be my primary source of income, but it's not at the moment. So it's not that big of a deal. I'm taking it at my own pace. A lot of people ask me this all the time. How can you survive in the market only making $25 a day? Well, it's tough, but you can do it, right? Let's pull out the calculator again real quick. If your platform fee is, what is it, $125? If it's $125 a month, or is it $130? I think it's $125. If it's $125 a month, that's 5 days of trades if you're averaging $25 a day. So that's really not an excuse, because then you still got 3 other weeks. So if you made 25 a day times those other 15 days, and it's an extra $375. So over time, you can keep growing that. You can just keep on growing it. I mean, obviously you got to subtract commissions out of that. Say like 100 of that's commissions, whatever. You're still, I mean, it's pay to play. So it sucks. Using a small account sucks. But if you have to, the fact that you're even making money should be a plus. So consider yourself ahead of the curve if you're one of the ones making money in the market, because there's a lot of statistics out there that are going to tell you that 90% of people do not make money in the market. So instead of asking me how I'm surviving, making $25 a day, don't worry about it. Like, I'm taking my own path, right? If you can make $25 a day, you can make $250 a day. You can make $250 a day, you can make $2,500 a day. Just a matter of time and scaling. Proper risk management. 2 things I preach: proper risk management, consistency. Those 2 things will ultimately, eventually, lead you to success. Because with proper risk management, you're not going to blow up. With consistency, you're eventually not going to have to worry about losing so often. And risk management becomes just part of the game because you're so used to it, because you're being consistent. So exactly. Like Brian just said, consistency first, everything else follows. And that's what I'm working on. I tell people this all the time. I would rather pay and break even just from trading. So commissions, platform fees, all of that stuff, I'd be negative. I'd rather go get a side job, a part-time job, and pay for that while I'm figuring it out. Because if I can become a consistently break-even trader and learn, and that's all I have to do is pay for the commissions and platform fees, what's so different about that? You know, going to a 4-year college and paying college tuition to go work in a field that you didn't even get your degree in. And that takes 4 years, and you haven't even started a job yet. You're just learning how to start a job. So think of it like that. And I always say too, you start a new job, say you want to be an apprentice for an electrician. You're not going to know how to wire a house or something crazy the first day. You're going to kill yourself if you try to just do it without any knowledge of anything. If you just any new job, you're not going to jump in and know how to do everything. Even in the first year, like it's going to take you a while to actually feel like you know what you're doing. So this should be no different. You shouldn't just jump in here and watch some guy on YouTube turn $500 into $1 million and think that you can do it too, because you're not. And the reason that someone like that can do it is because that money means nothing to him. He's basically trading a paper account. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't a paper account. I'm just, hopefully you know what I'm saying. So anyways, I'm going to open the floor to you guys. I've been sitting here talking. I feel like I've been talking to myself for about an hour here. If you guys have any questions, feel free. Moving forward, those are the two things I like to go in the week in review and then look at next week. We're going to have a nice 3-day weekend. Don't show up tomorrow looking to trade. Obviously, it's not going to happen. And next week, I'm just looking to do more of what we did this week. I felt really good this week. Just really looking forward to it. Imagine this first trade was a winner. I would have probably felt even more confident in the second trade, and we would have just added on to that winner, right? That would have been beautiful. So it was just unfortunate. Even if we got that 75% fill on the very first dip, this trade would have been green, right? And then we would have traded the second one, and we would have added onto it. And then we would have traded Sono and added onto it. Then we would have traded Vixie and added onto it. Then we could have still took that stab at IQ. And so what? It didn't work out, right? It would have been an over $100 day. Easy. So it is what it is. It happens. Where else can you start a business with this little funds to get started? Nowhere. And it's so true. When you put money into a brokerage account, you're essentially starting a business. You're starting your own business. You are in control. It's up to you to come up with a business plan, your strategy, your edge, right? That's your business plan. How to use that strategy and edge, right? This is all you. I know traders. I'm not one of them. I don't know. I just didn't do this. There's traders out there. I'm sure not a lot of people didn't do this, but they write out their business plan. They write out where they expect to be in a certain amount of time. They write out everything just like a normal business plan, but for trading. So that is a thing. Don't feel like that doesn't have to be a thing. If you want to do something like that and you feel it's necessary, do it. I definitely feel that some people would benefit from that. I'm not one of them. I don't know. I've never been that kind of person. I do write stuff down. I journal. I just don't do that aspect of it. Let me disable my my flux there. Here we go. Is that the line high of day study? Is that line of high of day a study? Yes. So let me reboot my desktop here. It'd be easier than trying to add it back. Well, I guess I should have did that to show you, but so if you go into your studies, there's one called Price Marker. It's near the bottom, or it's right in the middle. So you would add it and then hit config on it, and you can add a bunch of different things. High, let's start from the top. So you can do the open from today, the last price. You can do the high of day, low of day, yesterday's close, yesterday's open, yesterday's high, yesterday's low, 2 days ago open, 2 days ago high, 2 days ago low, 2 days ago close, pre-market high, pre-market low, last bar high, last bar low, last bar open, last bar close. So you can do a bunch of them. I've been toying around every once in a while. I'll put the pre-market highs in there just so I can differentiate the two from, because to me pre-market highs usually happen a lot more as far as being used as previous resistance. I believe it was, what was the trade from today? So no, that was one of them. So I use that a lot because that's usually a good previous resistance point. I don't understand how people don't use after hours and pre-market. I mean, that information to me is just as valuable. Take a look at Tesla, for instance. A lot of people, I mean, this thing literally, if you turn off pre-market and after hours, I do not remember where this is. So give me 1 second. I know it's in here. I just don't remember where. It might actually be over here. Other config. Nope. Trading settings, maybe. Nope. Maybe it is over here. Is it under configure? There's the market open and close. Where are you at? I know it's in here somewhere. Trade. Quotes. Nope. Setup. It's got to be in setup somewhere, right? Network. No. Setup. Tools. No. Nope. Man, I'm failing today with finding things. I'm usually pretty good at this. I'm pretty tired. And this is actually my third drink, by the way. So I was already kind of feeling it. Kids were pretty bad today in the afternoon, so I was kind of dealing with them. Now I feel like an idiot again. I feel like on a normal, like if you asked me this during trading hours, I feel like I would have already found it. Chart area, config area, that's one place I didn't check. No, not seeing it there either. This is where the last price line is, by the way, if you're looking for that. And it's probably one of my main indicators. I know Brian uses it as well. So when the price is moving up really fast, you can use, I have it as the orange line. I kind of use that as when it's moving, and then you start to see it kind of top out, hit that ceiling. It's very visual having it like that. David in the house. What's up, David? Hit that like button on the way in. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, I feel like an idiot. Why can I not find this? All right, let's do this slowly. All right. Price market is only for DOS. Are you not on DOS? Yo, David, I said the like button, not the dislike button. Just kidding. Just kidding. I know it's one of these buttons. It's somewhere. Let's see. Best fit. Oh, that changed that a little bit. I know it's not in here. Oh, you know what? Maybe? Nope. Fail. I'm about to give up, but then I feel like it would be such a waste. Day separator line. I know that's not it. There's somewhere where it says include pre-market and after hours. Why does Blue get the blue wrench? Because he is a member of the channel. Just kidding. You shouldn't be jelly. Just say, I love Tim in your next sentence that you type, and you might have a blue wrench. Just saying. You're supposed to say I love Tim. All right. Subscription services? No. All right, guys. I'm dedicated now to finding this. So give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna not miss anything. I'm gonna find it. Here we go. It's got to be in setup, right? Let's try trading settings. It's not there. Quotes. Chart imbalance. I feel like that's not... Is it on the chart? Haha! There it is. I found it. It's on the chart. That was like the one place I never would have looked. So on the charts on this top, let me... Up here, this little button here on the top left, you hit that, show pre-post market. Haha. Okay. So you zoom in here, and to me, if you're looking to play Tesla, I mean, yeah, you have the obvious gap fill, right? But you can see that even when you're showing that. But to me, if this starts running right at the bell, I don't know if this, I mean, there's been times, like there's a lot of low floats. Let me see if I can find one from today. I don't know if this is one of them, but what I'm getting at, let me get rid of the linear regression again. I feel like it gets such in the way when we're just looking at the charts. But in the pre-market, this thing could have went all the way up here to 11, right? And then when it opens, it's down here at 8. But you don't know what this thing did in the pre-market. And a lot of people just don't care. They're just like, oh, look at this gap. It's going to gap fill, you know, whatever. I love Timmy. Everything but Tim. Right-click, then go to time frame. Sessions. There is no time frame. Oh, I found, is it data config? Ah, it's data config. There it is. I didn't click that one. I clicked everything around it. Okay, there it is. But, and look. No, this isn't one of them. That's the other thing too. You don't know if it was earnings from the day before. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing one from today. Let me see. Was it graph? Kinda, sorta. Like let's zoom in on graph here. So data config, take it off. So this thing opened at 1811. But if we bring the pre-market back, you can see this thing was already up towards 19. Right? It was 1884, right? And this opened down at 1810. So what I'm saying is I've seen ones where it, like, just using graph as an example, where this thing in the pre-market was up here at say 21 and it gave back most of its gains already before market open. And so you're opening up down here at 18, and if you don't have the pre-market open, you don't have any idea that some people might think, oh man, this thing gapped up all the way to 18. They don't know that it already ran to 21 and came back to 18. I don't understand why people wouldn't want to know that. People are like, oh, I don't look at after hours and pre-market. And I'm like, why? It's valuable information. Like, why would you not want to know where key levels were from after hours and pre-market? After hours, I don't care so much about. It's really just the pre-market. After hours, you don't really get anything too crazy unless it's on earnings. But I don't understand why people don't have it on, but whatever. It's their choice, obviously. Everyone has a different strategy, different edge. There's thousands of different ways to trade. But to me, I don't understand why you would want less information, and possibly information that could definitely skew your strategy a little bit. So, to each their own. of dark in here. Let's make myself hotter. It's kind of hard to do. I'm pretty hot. You can see my cheeks are getting red. You know these things are kicking in. There we go. All right, ask some questions. I don't really have anything else for you guys. Like I said, moving into next week. Just going to be doing more of the same from this week. I'm going to mix up my Rubik's Cube here. Yeah, of course it affects VWAP. Why wouldn't it? It is the volume weighted moving average. The thing with VWAP is it's taking the volume into account. So just because you have less volume in the pre-market, it's going to account for that. So that's why sometimes you'll see a move like this later in the afternoon. What was something that moved later in the afternoon? Was it graph? Yeah. So take a look at VWAP. Because this thing already had a decent amount of volume, VWAP didn't move much when it made a huge move like this. But if you have something with almost no volume throughout the day, and then you get a huge move up like this, VWAP's going to stick with it because there was no volume before it. So the volume weighted average price is going to go up with it. But since there was already a bunch of volume before that, that's why VWAP didn't move as hard. So it doesn't really matter because pre-market, you're almost never going to have that much volume anyway. I feel like having too much studies can cause you to think about it too much. Oh, no, I totally agree with that. I don't really have any studies. I only have VWAP, and I put this EMA on here, but that's more a lot of times when you get grinders. I believe it's the 8 I put on here. Yeah. The 8 on the 2 minute is kind of like the 9 on the 1 minute. So I have that on there just so I can identify grinders a little bit easier. It's more of a visual thing. I don't use it for my trading. I just like to have it there so that I can see a grinder when it's happening. There was something that was grinding today. Was it IQ after I got into it? Yeah. So take a look at IQ. See how we have that extension not only away from VWAP, but we also had it from that EMA. But then, these stupid lines. Get rid of them real quick. Come on. I'm clicking you. Why aren't you letting me delete you? Is it because they're from the daily? I don't know why it's not letting me delete those. Whatever. I'll try moving it first. Okay. All right. Not going to move it. But anyways, let me... Oh, my. Let's just do this. There we go. So, as you can see, on this candle, the reason I liked it, we got extension away from the VWAP as well as this line. So we were looking for this to correct itself, and we had that previous resistance looking for it to come back down. But after that, look at what it did. You can just identify a grinder because it'll just try to hold the EMA. So, and as you can see, when it was coming back down, did the same thing, just the opposite way. But I obviously wasn't looking at this after that. But that's the only reason I have that on there. It's really just to help me visually identify something. And that linear regression thing, that's just something I've been messing with. It's really no different than like a modified Bollinger Bands. So, all right. Let me start, while we're talking, I'm going to start peeling these stickers off, putting them back on. I want to keep talking. Just need you guys to give me something to talk about. What are you guys doing for the 4th? Anybody actually do fireworks? I do fireworks, just not. A couple years ago, we did the real fireworks. That was a lot of fun. This year, we just bought one of those little $100 packs for the kids. Also, we've been having our family come over for a cookout too, so they're not going to stay for the fireworks though. It's too late. Haha, what? Oh, peeling the stickers off? That's what everybody thinks I do, so that's what I just tell them. You know how to solve a Rubik's Cube? What? That's weird. I'm not one of them speed solvers. It would be pretty cool. I've always thought about trying to learn more of the algos so that you can solve it much faster, but honestly, I know how to solve it now, and it only takes me a couple minutes, and I don't know. I just don't want to really devote too much of my time to try to figure out how to solve it faster. If anything, I'd rather teach my kid how to solve it and then get him interested, and then if he wants to learn how to go super fast, I think that'd be pretty cool. But I'm just really not that worried about it. Not that worried about it. Blue orange. This is like the longest part here. I'm wondering why Clay Trader said, oh, what's your thought on options? Get out of here. What are options? Did you change your... Oh, you changed it. I got you. I'm wondering why Clay Trader says the VWAP moves that cross above it tend to come down and vice versa. This is a great example of it going way above VWAP. So you're saying there's a guy, Mike from True Trading Group. He talks about this all the time too. He called the trading line. He uses I think he uses the 3-minute chart, but he'll use the 20 EMA and the VWAP, and he calls it the trade line VWAP cross. So he looks for the EMA, which is the 20, and he looks for it to cross the VWAP, and that's where he looks for an entry. I think he's looking for the price to already be coming up, which in this case it kind of is. And then usually when that happens, you get the move. So, I mean, I don't know. You can trade those if you want, but it's not my style. I see those fail just as much as they work. So I'm more of just throw a chart in front of me, show me the price action, let's get to it. Did I just mess that up? No, okay. Had me worried for a second. Oh, I did mess that up though. Shit. Guys got me off track. Oh man, I gotta do that all over again. I actually, this is one of the longer solves. Usually it doesn't take this long. But I did one of the steps before I was supposed to do another step. And so it kind of put me backwards a few steps. But now we're back to where we were. Okay. Can anybody else solve a Rubik's Cube? Just out of curiosity. Oh. All right, man. Have a good weekend as well. Appreciate you stopping by, Chris. I like the hard questions, man. Keep them coming. Why is this not going into place? There we go. There we go. Okay. Who's got a hard question for me? It's not hard moving stickers. Does it sound like I'm moving stickers? I'll just show it to you and it'll be all scrambled again. Dude, you don't know what you're doing. It's just scrambled. I'm almost done. I'm about to get the yellow done. And once that's done, then there's like one more algo that I have to do, which I'll show you where we stand. Usually once I get the first part done, they're like, so you obviously know how to do this. So white, as you can see, what all of these middle pieces are up here. The middles are in the wrong spot, but yellow's good too. Um, Usually when I get the white solved, and then the next part is to get all of these bottom rows solved. And once you get those solved, people are like, oh, okay, you obviously know how to do it. So, what's up, James? We're just kind of chatting, man. I'm looking for something to chat about. We kind of did all the trading talk, so we're kind of just hanging out at this point. If you have something to talk about, please jump in. What did I just do? Oh, I went one too far. Oops. Only a couple more stickers, guys, and I'm there. Couple more stickers. Dun, 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 dun. Anyways, you guys are still sticking around after that. I appreciate you. I appreciate you anyway. What do you guys think we should give away for 2,000 subs? If Brian's still here, I know that we're going to be doing 2 weeks of the Intensity Stockwatch Scanner, part of the team package too, so you would get to join us in the chat rooms. I guess I'll probably definitely do some kind of a monetary giveaway. I've been doing the gift cards, so maybe I'll just like double the gift card that week for the 2,000 subs. If you're not subbed already, you should definitely hit the sub button. Appreciate that and get us there a little bit faster. What else can we give away? I don't know if Jonathan wants to jump in. Jonathan's away on deployment. I'm talking about Lone Wolf over there at Circuit. He's kind of just doing his own thing. I don't know what crypto is really up to lately. 2K gift card? I wouldn't say 2K. Call it 2W, 2 week. I like double the gift card. Yeah, I ain't giving no 1K gift cards away. Get out of here. We'll go down to chart 2 here on Amazon. That's get I'll give away 1 free stock of Amazon. Oh, I meant 0.01 stock. I can't believe how much they've taken off. It's crazy. They're getting up towards like doubling. But I mean, during the pandemic, all these people with this money, they're just like, hey, what's Amazon got right now? Let's go look. I wanted to do something like more special. You know what? Maybe I'll finally do the balls giveaway. Maybe I'll give away some balls. Could do that. Maybe send a little variety pack. Like I said, I just ordered 4 24 packs. Cherry, the regular, orange, and root beer. So maybe I could do like one of each to somebody. Be a good idea. I'm still annoyed that they won't respond to me. I've seen them sponsor some pretty small events, and it was like, yeah, I'm live streaming every single day in front of an audience. Most of the audience, which needs coffee, some kind of energy. It's like, I think they're missing out on an opportunity there. But hey, who knows? Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Trying to think of what else I could give away. I don't know. I'm starting to rack them up there. Gift card, 2 weeks, some circuit, and some balls. It's 4 things. Maybe we'll stick to that. Unless you guys can think of something else. Something special. Oh, that felt so good. Well, Give me some questions, guys. This is a community. This isn't a Tim talks to 13 people just chilling. Zishan, what's up, man? Nah, it's only Thursday because tomorrow we're off. The market's closed tomorrow. Don't show up tomorrow. It's going to be closed. You'll be disappointed. So that's why we're here on Thursday instead of Friday. I didn't want to still try to do Friday night because they one share of Amazon. Sorry, Albert, it's not happening. I asked you something, you ignored me? What'd you ask me? Oh, what's your scale up plan? I didn't even see that. I saw that it's not hard moving stickers, so I just immediately ignored everything else you said. The scale up plan is to get consistent at the current scale and comfortable, not because of the monetary value, but just comfortable with trading the way that I am. And once I feel that I am 100% consistent right where I'm at, I'll be good to go. Because like today, there's no reason today should not have been a $100 day. There's no reason. And it didn't feel hard, right? It wasn't like a tough day. Just one trade didn't work. And if it did work, it would have been a $100 day. So I really feel that's kind of what I'm shooting for. But just lately, I don't know. I feel like the opportunities for myself, I've been a little over picky, as well as just, I guess there hasn't been that many like that have set up the way that I like to see them set up. So today was different. There was tons of opportunities. Yesterday, there was a ton of opportunities. I was just mentally out of it yesterday. But yesterday was the day to trade and just smash the crap out of everything. And I was just, it was like you hope for a day like yesterday over and over and over again. Every day you go to sleep, you're like, man, I hope tomorrow is like this. And it finally happens. And it's the one day that you are just completely out of it. And that was me yesterday. So kind of sucked. Albert, I think I messaged you on Gmail, but you never got back to me. Well, it's because Albert is a jerk. No, I'm just kidding. Albert is probably a busy man. But I am Tim, and I am important, so that's why he's here. No, I'm totally just kidding. Yes, Albert, Brian, Albert. I was trying to get you two to talk in the chat room earlier. Just it never really lined up. So there you go. I'm bringing community together like it's supposed to be. We're all here for the same goal. Albert trades very similar to me, just a little bit later in the day. From what I could gather from talking to Albert, he trades later in the day because he's too lazy to get up in the morning. Man, I'm really beating you up today, Albert. Totally just kidding. Being sarcastic. What did David say? Albert, you check out the scanner ? I think you should have added a did you check out the scanner? Would be amazing for your counter trend trading. Yeah, that's exactly what these are made for. Thanks, Albert. Appreciate that. Thanks. Excited to see you try it out. Zishan, I'll look in my mail tonight. Sorry, I've been preoccupied lately. Yeah, I want that key to print money like GDT. Hey, that kind of rhymed. What key? Oh, the key to, you want to be the giveaway winner. Well, I got to hit 2,000 subs first. Where are we at anyways with that? Let's see. We are sitting at 1968. So we got 32 to go. 32 more subs and we'll do the giveaway. So hopefully next week. We've been on average, I want to say, per week getting about that. So we'll see. Like I always say, my channel grows a little slow. It's going at its own pace, but I don't mind it. I like the organic growth that I've been getting. And hey, I don't cater to the 90%. So I'm not expecting to grow super fast. I use the word super so much now because my son does. It's so funny. Albert says, I really respect Tim's path. He's someone I expect to succeed. It's all good, Tim. LOL. Well, if there's one thing that I've really taken to heart from a lot of people that have been in this game and they've made it, and I mean that just saying as in they've actually succeeded, that they say time is your friend. So the longer you can be in the market, the longer or the more chances of success you have, because I hear it all the time, and I feel like I'm finally getting there. It's like the more you see the same charts over and over again, the more it becomes easier to just trade them because you've seen them do the same things over and over again. So you can start to kind of expect them to do the same things over and over again. So I look forward to it. I look forward to making it. I think we're on the way. Like Brian said, consistency before anything else. I feel like we're getting there with the consistency. But if there's one thing that I took from poker when I used to play it, was risk management. And I really have that's a good skill of mine. So I'm not going to be blowing up anytime soon. So if we can just properly scale up, if it takes time, it takes time. But guess what? I'm never going to blow up. Not again. I almost did with MTSI. That was back when I was being really stubborn, trying to get rich quick. I wouldn't say get rich, but I was trying to move too fast, and it definitely bit me in the butt. No, I mean, GDT is finally getting good at trading. Oh, gee. Yeah, that came out of your mouth, not mine. He's printing money like crazy. LOL, get it? I got it. GDT is on fire. I'll tell you, he's definitely on fire. His methods of trading are working. You can definitely see the confidence in his face when he's trading, which is good. You need confidence. That's a big part of the game. I definitely feel like that's something I have struggled with, and I feel like I still do. So I'm still kind of waiting for that to kick in for me. I think GDT's been trading a little bit longer than me as well. I think he's been trading a little over 3 years now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, these drinks are just so good. After like the first 1.5, it just tastes like pineapple juice, even though it's half liquor and half pineapple juice. But they just go down so easy. I'm just waiting for Brian to fly me out to Vegas so we can party it up. Listen to Chat with Traders and Trading in the Zone book. Both great ways to get started. Yeah, it's very true. There's a lot of good episodes of Chat with Traders. I've listened to many of those, at least 30 of them. And Trading in the Zone, I've never read Trading in the Zone. I've listened to half of it, but then I've watched a ton of his workshops, which are basically the book in presentation form. And one day, I think when the kids are finally in school, I just hate reading, but I probably will end up actually sitting down to read that book. But until then, I'll settle for the workshops. Double D, I'm pretty sure when that happens, everybody will be invited. Yeah, I've tried listening to the audiobook, but even that it's just so redundant. I'm not very good at just listening to something. I multitask a lot, and when you try to listen to a book, it's really hard to pay attention to it. Albert says, yes, redundancy and defense. I've been in it for 20 years and seen too many friends come and go. Got to go for now, brother. Thanks for sharing the scanners. Brian, David, and Tim, cheers. Yes, sir. See you Monday. Have a good weekend, man. Happy 4th. Don't blow your hand off with some fireworks. And if you do, make sure it's the hand that you don't use your mouse on. Yeah, the workshop has definitely been the best for me. It's easier to follow. Like I can actually sit there and watch him present the book. But if I just sit there and try to listen to the audiobook, I can't do it. I got through almost half of it and I didn't really comprehend a lot of it because I wasn't fully listening. Because I was like, oh, I'll just load up the audiobook in the background and I will continue to do whatever I was doing. And before you know it, I didn't realize it, but I was more focused. Like I could hear the book, but I wasn't really paying attention to it. So, David, your little emoji story. Is anybody like actually going to watch fireworks? I feel like all the cities around me have canceled them, so we can't even go out and watch like the real fireworks. It's kind of depressing. All this Rona stuff. Wait, what? My baseball game that supposedly got canceled on Sunday, I just got an email saying that we're playing. What? Huh. I'm assuming an email from our coach will be following. Hopefully. Canada Day was yesterday and it rained all day night. Is Canada Day basically the 4th of July of Canada? I honestly don't know. So can you send me the workshop link, Tim? And no, we can't in Texas. What, you guys can walk around with guns on your hip, but you can't set off fireworks? Are you serious? That can't be the case. I'm pretty sure I have it in my educational thing, but let me see. Mark Douglas. Actually, it might be under books. Let me check that first before I go searching for it. Playlist. Trading books.
This
is. That was a different book. Nope, it's not in there. All right, let's see. Trading in the Zone, Part 1 of 4. Yeah, there we go.
As far as I was concerned.
So this is the one I've watched. It's 4 parts. They're about I think they're all over an hour, a little bit more than an hour each. What percent of your account do you risk per trade? I'm so bad at math at night. That's not right, is it? Did it backwards. No, that's not right either. 0.05? No, 5%. Duh. I'm such an idiot. 5%. No, that's not right either, is it? What am I doing? I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I have a $4,000 account and I'm risking $200, so $40. Yeah, so yeah, it is 5%. Because $40 would be 1%. But like I said, I scaled up a little bit, so I was only risking 2% when I first started. Actually, I was only risking I was risking $50 a trade, so it was closer to 1%. And to be completely honest, you should never be risking really more than like 3 to 5%. So I'm kind of at the max. But I also do have a high win rate strategy. If you're like a 50-50, I wouldn't really risk more than 1 to 3%. If you're using a higher win rate strategy, you can go a little bit more. Yeah, like Brian said, it really does depend on your account size and your emotional controls. What up, Tim? What up, Dad? Is that you, Tom? He's too drunk to do math, people. Yeah, stop asking me to do math. Yeah, they're selling fireworks, but I heard we can't do it. So why are they selling them? Is it because of the virus and everything going on that you can't do them, or that's just always been something? After you make through all 4 parts, you can just play 3 and 4 over and over. I'm going to watch all 4 again this weekend. I told myself I was going to. Max risk divided by account size. Yeah, so I was right. So 5%. Thomas says 1%. But yeah, like Brian said, it really does depend on your account size and your emotional controls. Just start calling these streams Tim Tries Math. So true. Yeah, like David said too, it really does depend. Are you using a $5,000 account, but you have $10,000? Could you blow up an account and actually be okay with it? Because if you can add, technically you could risk more. So there is that. That's why these people that do these small account challenges, they can do that because they're normally trading, say a $100,000 account, and they're going to do a small account challenge with you for $500 to $1,000. That's nothing to them. It's basically a paper trading account, and they can blow that thing up 10 times and not care. But they're trying to show you that you can take $500 and do what they're doing, but in reality, it might take them 10 tries to do it, and they're trying to show you, hey, you can do it, and they're trying to act like it only takes one try. So don't ever believe that crap. It is possible, obviously, but you got to be pretty lucky to turn a $500 account into anything. You have to pretty much risk the account every single trade at the beginning. Yeah, it's the COVID crap. Our hospital is fully full. I heard adults are going to the children's hospital now. Jeez, that sucks. Who is DFO? Do you know DFO, Thomas? Is that... I feel like... Oh, is that your son? That might make more sense why I said, what up, Dad? Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, I figured it out. I feel like I got bit on my... It's really itchy. Coco, you looking for a husband? American Trader Boy? Look at how red my cheeks are. Yeah, I'm really feeling it. I'm not even like that hot anymore because I got the fan on. Anybody have any questions? Trading questions? I mean, we're kind of talking trading for the most part. And by the way, what's up, man? I pulled up the fireworks on YouTube. You know, one of the coolest things I ever did was we watched the New Year's Eve celebrations. Like on YouTube, they do like the around the world stuff. It's pretty cool. There's some countries out there that do some pretty awesome stuff for New Year's Eve. With a higher win rate, you can risk 10% of your account, half Kelly position sizing. The Kelly criterion. What is you both just happen to say Kelly back to back like that? What is the Kelly criterion? Kelly criterion. Calculator? Oh, it's an actual thing? Determines how much of a stake you should risk on a favorable bet. Half Kelly position sizing. So you guys are talking about the same thing. Interesting. Pivot? That video was pretty funny. Alright, let's see. Alright, gambling bankroll. Odds offered. What are the odds we're going to win? 9-1. Your estimate and probability of winning. Wait, what? Isn't that the same? Isn't that the odds? Or am I supposed to be giving odds? What if I don't want to put odds? I guess, oh, is that like what I'm looking for on the trade? Let's do 0.25-1. 90%. Or we'll do 80%. Bets must be multiples of 1. I feel like I'm doing this wrong though. We'll do multiples of, let's do 20. Minimum bet allowed is 20. I don't know. Calculate bet. You have no advantage. You should not bet. I feel like I did something wrong. Odds of 2-1 should be entered as 1-2. Oh, so I do it backwards. So 1 to 0.25. Let's try that. Okay, here we go. The odds are in your favor, but read the following carefully. According to Kelly criterion, your optimal bet is about 75% of your capital. On 80% or similar occasions, you would expect to gain $12,000 in addition to your stake of $3,000 being returned. But on those occasions when you lose, you will lose your stake of $3,000. Your fortune will grow on average by about 83.18% each bet. Bets have been rounded down to the nearest multiple of 20. If you do not bet exactly $3,000, you should bet less than $3,000. Well, what if you use $3,000 and you lose it on the very first trade? Then what? You just put in 1,000 and start all over again? It does. It does say that. 4-to-1 reward ratio. Well, that's what I was doing. Technically, it's not 4-to-1 though. Oh yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Well, yeah, see, usually we're looking for, I mean, a typical trade, I would say you probably make 0.25 to 1. Like what you're actually risking. Like if I'm risking $200 every single trade, even though I'm not actually always risking $200. Some trades I might only be risking $100. But when I start every trade, the idea is to try to have a max loss of about $200. But on average, I'm looking to make about $50. So this is right. So when I put that in, it's saying I have no advantage. Put dollar figures. Let me see. You have no advantage. You should not bet. I trade Kelly Criterion in Japanese sushi market. See, Sean, I love that show too. Pivot. I'd be a horrible math teacher. The worst part is I'm not bad at math. Math was actually my best subject. Just when I'm a little tipsy and it's late, I'm not very good at it. Put in average win and average loss. Oh, okay. So let's just say, but it's still about that. 25, it would be 1 to 3 ish. Okay. So I think that is probably about right. Well, let's just try that. Oops. See if it changes it. No. It didn't change. I mean, it shouldn't. But if we do 1 to 3, it makes more sense. I mean, it's about right. I would say, like, on average, I lose on a loser about $75. And typically right now, like the way everything's going, I would say on average, a winner would be 25. I would actually say it's a little bit more. Let's do 1.5. No, we'll do it 1. Because I would say I have like $50 winners, and then I have sometimes there's like $12, $15 winners. So we'll see what this says. Do 1 to 9. It'll probably tell me that I don't have an advantage. Yeah. This one doesn't even say you don't have an advantage. This one just says the odds are against you. Do not bet. All right, so 1 to 3 with 80%. It says the odds are in your favor, but read the following carefully. According to the Kelly criterion, your optimal bet is about 20% of your capital. So this sounds a little bit more realistic. On 80% of similar occasions, you would expect to gain $266.67 in addition to your stake of $800 being returned. But on those occasions, you obviously lose $800. Your fortune will grow on average by about 0.7% on each bet. Bets have been rounded down to the nearest multiple of 20. If you do not bet exactly 800, you should bet less than 800. The outcome, and see, that's exactly what I'm saying. So every time I'm not risking that exact amount of 200, sometimes it's less. The minimum bet. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, that makes sense. Is maximally aggressive. It seeks to increase capital at the maximum rate possible. Professional gamblers typically take a less aggressive approach and generally won't bet more than about 2.5% of their bankroll on any wager. In that case, this would be $100. See? So, there you go. I'm a professional. I'm not trying to get rich quick. A common strategy, see discussion below, is to wager half the Kelly amount, which in this case would be 400. So they're saying risk, what, 10%? If your estimated probability of 80% is too high, well, let's just put in what our actual win rate is right now, which is 83%. Which the more trades we get, that's over 76 trades. So let's do see if that changes anything. So it does. It actually says we should risk 32% now, which would be 16% if it was half. But if it's saying if your estimated probability of 83% is too high, you will bet too much and lose over time. Make sure you're using a conservative low estimate. All right, well, let's go to 75. At 75, you have no advantage. Let's see where the magic number is. 76. So 1 percentage higher. So 75% is not high enough, but if you're 76%, you actually have the odds in your favor. But it's saying only to use 4% of your capital. See, look. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna put this in my little YouTube channel here. Bookmark or folder. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's 83%, but I was just using 80% just to get close. Archie, what's up, man? How you doing? So most of the time, it's actually closer to 90%, to be honest, when I'm a little bit more picky. But I've been trying to get away from being so picky because of what we had talked about, David, and what B tells me all the time. B tells me all the time, he's like, well, you can be more picky, but you're missing a lot of money too when you become a little bit more picky, because there's a lot of trades you won't take that work out. So I'm trying to get away from that a little bit. Exactly. Here, say what's the saying? You'll make more with a lower win rate. Win less to make more. Yes. You hear that. You hear that for the first time, and it blows your mind. Win less to make more. You're like, what? You're like, what do you mean? How can you, why would you want to win less to make more? What? Huh? What? 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 You want me to win less on purpose? And I'll actually make more money? What kind of Houdini wizard type stuff are we talking about here? Archie, technically the code still is a discount for over 1,000 shares. It's just not, it's obviously just not as good. I think, let me take a look. I'm pretty sure I'm just taking a look at their pricing real quick. Trade fees. That's not what I was looking for. Active account pricing. Yeah. So it's 0.007 per share over 1,000 shares. But with my code, it's only 0.005. So for 1,000 shares, it's $7 without the code. With the code, it's $5. So it does add up. So technically, yes, I do have a code for over 1,000 shares. It's still the same code, but I don't have anything that's going to make it better. It's just going to give you 0.005. But if you're trading over 1,000 shares, you have a bigger account. You have a $25,000 account because you could just open a U.S. brokerage, go with somebody like IB, and I think they have something like 0.003 or something like that. All right, let me catch up here. Yeah, I was assuming if Brian was still in here, he would go nuts over that because it's so true. Japanese candlestick, Keller criterion, and bottle sake, my strategy. It's true. It's how the math works. 10% win rate still the case. I don't know. I really hope to never have 10%, but I mean, if you're making 10 to 1 on your money every time you win 10% of the time. Base hits win less more. Do you use FinViz? I do not use FinViz. If return on rate of return is good, you can money at 10%. Mentally, though, that would really suck. But it is better at 60, 70, 80% question mark. Basically, where's the sweet spot? Agreed on the mentality thing. Plus 80 feels good. It does. I'm not going to lie. Yes, it did add up a lot. Not 25K, but margin is big at CMEG. Thanks for your discount. Thanks for your discount when I open it. Yeah, no problem, man. It's like I said, when I first started this channel, it was more to document my journey. And I figured I'm already using the tools. Why not use the fact that I am now technically a YouTube channel? I can get some affiliations. I'm already using the tools. I use them because I like them. It's what I'm going to use anyway. So if I can help other people out that are watching my channel, I figured why not? Discount. That's what it sounded like coming out. I'm definitely not going to make another one of these. That's for sure. So, Brian, what's it feel like to be like 90% and trade like 26 tickers a day? That's I bet that feels good. What did this what was that one that boring? Yeah. You're probably not lying either. I'm sure once you get to a point like that, it probably does get boring. This G on US just kind of ran at the end there. What was that one that we had shares on later in the day and nobody else had them? Graph. Wonder if it's, yeah. See, this thing was easy to borrow. That was kind of scary. I saw this move in the afternoon. I just sat back down, and it started happening, and I was like, But I decided to stay away. I'm not a big afternoon fan. That's where LYV came from. I didn't like it too much. LOL yawn. Archie, yeah, I do get a kickback from it. Obviously, it's part of being an affiliate, so it does help the channel. That's what I always say too. I was like, you guys are gonna sign up anyway. Why not help me help you? I help you help me. So it's one of those things. So it is nice. It's business that CMEG's probably gonna get anyway, but now you get a better price and I get a little kickback. So it's a way to support the channel, and I appreciate that. So thank you. If you cut your losses really, really short with heavy size, you can get some crazy reward ratios. True. I'm gonna tell you the one huge thing that's changing about me is these two ads here and here, and these two ads here and here. The old me would just let these two do the work and this one do the work. So what was happening is this trade here would have only been 1/3 the size of the winner. And I mean, granted, this one ended up being a bigger loser because it ended up going against us, but I would never add to my positions on the backside, like ever, like ever, ever, like ever, ever, ever. So that, and it just felt, it's feeling so. I remember telling David, I think it was it yesterday? It might have been yesterday or Tuesday. But I hit the backside of one of the trades, and I was just like, man, that felt right. And I don't know, it's just I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. And then today, it felt normal, like that quick. It was just like, it was like a light switch. It was like, what the heck have I been doing? Why have I not been doing this before? It's like, I'm expecting this thing to come back down anyway. Why would I not add to it once I realize, hey, I'm risking off high of day here. That's my strategy. If it wants to go up there, I didn't get full size on the way up. I might as well try to get full size on the backside. Why not? So, yeah. Coco knows all the betting systems. I was long at 16 on that thing and got stopped out. On graph? Yeah, I remember. That was like your loser today, wasn't it? How'd you get stopped out, though? Oh, that little poke through. Is this candle you got stopped out on? That would suck so bad. Stopped out at low of day, and then this thing runs from 1550 up to 23. Ouch. Yeah, that would suck. That's almost as bad as that trade where I got like 60 cent slippage on my on my exit. That's good to know that you're making from me too. Yeah, like I said, Archie, I appreciate the support. Coco knows all the betting systems. I said that already, but yeah, Coco does seem to know a lot about the betting. Yeah, I enjoyed seeing those ads. Yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. I think we're getting somewhere. Did I trade Fran? No, I did not. I didn't have any shares available. Why did the chart not change? That was a huge pre-market mover. I honestly don't really see anywhere where I would have been interested in playing this anyway. I mean, I would have wanted this thing to run up through 9, honestly. There was no extension through a key level. Let's scroll forward here. I mean, if anything, it looks like I might have been more interested to the downside. Let's take a look. No, I wouldn't. I mean, I just wouldn't have played this. There's really nowhere that I would have been interested. Backdoor man. Hey, there's Tom. What's up, man? How was your week? You end up with the same average as you did all on the front, just as the back. Yep, that's true. And like Brian said, you can always get back in. That's very true too. Which I'm getting better at. I used to not do that either. Take a look at Carr. The reason I would never get back in is because I always felt like I was revenge trading, and I would always get in too soon. But something like Carr, this thing broke, and like I said, I try to do this. Hold on one sec. Let me try to get creative here. Oh, that's the right candle. Don't mind me, guys. Don't mind me. That's not too bad. So I try, when I'm looking to re-enter a trade, I try to act like that first trade never happened, right? I try to say, hey, would I be getting into this trade up here, if I never took this trade, right? If I just pulled this chart up and I'd never traded this ticker and I saw this, would I trade it? That's what I try to ask myself before getting into the same ticker again. And I used to not do that. I used to just jump right back in it. I would be entering here. because I'd be like, oh, this stopped me out. I'm just going to look back in because this thing's got to fail. And this is exactly what it would do every time. It'd be like a fake out, try to come back down, and then rip in my face again. And I would get so pissed, and it would happen all the time. And I realized I was revenge trading. So I stopped doing that. I'll admit it. I mean, everybody revenge trades at some point. 19K this June. Hells yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. You should be thanking me. There's no need to thank me, man. I'm just, like I said, I'm just along on the journey, just like everybody else. So if I can help somebody along their journey, then that's awesome. That's the only. Oh, and that's not the only reason I do this, but it is. I've realized the more that you can try to help others and give back, it just makes you feel better. It is true. A lot of people say that, and you don't really believe it because you're like, well, if I'm always giving stuff, like, how am I ever gonna? I'm never gonna have stuff, and it's you don't realize it until you start doing it, and then you start to see it. It's just like anything else. It takes time. Like my channel started at 0 subscribers, and we're almost at 2,000. That's crazy. 2,000 subscribers. That's amazing. Never would have thought. Never would have thought we'd be even close to this day. Crazy. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Could have played the AT on graph. Yeah, you could have. Why didn't you? Let's take a look at it. I'm assuming it's after you stopped out. Let's see. I mean, looks pretty descending at this point. But then it breaks out. And I guess you could, I mean, are you talking here? I don't really see it, an ascending triangle. This one right here, this one actually looks pretty good. You got that previous support too, or previous resistance. This was the move right here. This is the one that really caused the breakout. Came through, grinded through it, came back down, tested it, got bought up, and then that right there. That was where all the people that were short, especially the ones that were down here, they're in trouble. And kaboom. You need a touchscreen like Pat now. A touchscreen? Oh, like an actual monitor that's a touchscreen? Oh, did he buy something like that? I'm sorry, I don't watch him anymore. I haven't watched him ever since we found out that he was lying to everybody. Ask David. I don't like liars. So I give everybody I'm very much a person that will give you, I don't know you, I give you 100% trust, but the moment you break that trust, you don't just get it back. You gotta find a way to earn it back, because I gave you your chance. So my dad is a pathological liar, so I've grown up around it. I started to follow in my dad's footsteps a little bit. I lied a lot as a kid, and as I grew up, I had a defining moment with some friends, got invited to a bunch of parties, said yes to all of them. Day came, I had to choose which one to go to, and I ended up losing 2 friends over it. And it was that moment in time that I realized that I just didn't want to deal with lying anymore. It's stupid. You can never please everybody. People will respect you more if you tell them the truth. Be like, hey man, I already plan to go to another party. Just I have to catch the next one. They would respect that, right? You already made plans. So what? Don't try to please everybody. Be like, oh yeah, I'll be there, and then you don't go because you knew all along that you weren't going. So don't lie. It's just I don't get people that lie unless you have kids. You lie to your kids. It's fine. You need to tell the kids what they need to hear. But yeah. Lying, like David said, lying's a heavy burden to carry. Later, man. Later, Thomas. Enjoy your weekend. Yeah, I think I'm about to get off here myself. I'm like, I'm starting to feel it. My eyes are starting to go a little bit. Ticker symbol wins. I remember that one. That ran. Was it last week? Yeah. Woohoo! Look at that thing. Look at the volume on this. Like next to nothing on the days that it wasn't going crazy. What helps me on revenge trading is thinking, would I jump into this thing if I was seeing it for the first time? Yeah. You just said what I wrote. That's funny. It's scary to see the improvement from the journals over time. And that's why I recommend journals. Brian shoved this in my face about journaling. And I still write in my one journal. I just moved all this. Here it is. I write in an actual journal almost every day. I don't do it every day. That's more of a personal journal, but I'll write notes on my trades in TraderSync as well. And it's one of the best things you can do. It's stuff that is there to come back to later on. So I took a risky shot at wins. Hey, as long as you have risk management in place, man, you can take the risk, right? That's the whole point. It's the whole point of trading. You got to take risks to win money. On wins. WINS. Okay. I get the hint. Coco's really not what? I remember this being. Excuse me. I remember pulling this up at some point, and I remember the spread was absolutely nuts. Wasn't it like halting over and over again too? I feel like. And who's Pat? I don't know. I'm assuming you were talking about PW. Oh, well, there's a difference between having fun with fake accounts and actually lying about real things. Like saying that you're trading a real account and you're trading a paper account, but yet you're telling everyone in the world on YouTube through your videos that you're trading a real account, making large sums of money that you're not really making, and you're only posting days that you actually do make these fake large sums of money. That is the lying I'm talking about. It's David. It's super simple. 25% rum. Bacardi is my rum of choice. 25% blue. I don't want to say it wrong. Holy crap. I'm just going to show it to you because I got yelled at last time. So I used to call this curacao, but apparently it's curacao or curacao. That's it, curacao. Curacao. I think is how you pronounce it. So, anyways, 25% rum, 25% blue curacao, and then the other 50% is pineapple juice. Easy peasy, amazing in your tummy. And it gets you pretty messed up. This is my third one, and I'm sure you can kind of hear it. If you want to get really crafty, you take like a little pineapple wedge, put it on top of the glass. Lightning. Behind me? Did you see lightning? Yes, sir. That's it. I'm pretty sure in the Hawaiian they use something else. I think it's like they add some lime juice or something. I don't remember what it is. I think they add something else. But when I came home, I was like, I'm just gonna try it without it, and I actually like it better. Like I'll go to bars and I'll ask them to make it like this because I like it so much. And they're usually just like, yeah, of course, because those three things are something that they have like always. All right, you guys got. I was gonna say 2 minutes, but we'll go to 11:20. 11:20 is my cutoff. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm tired. You guys have a good 4th. I'm sure you guys are gonna start getting out of here. Have a good 4th. Be safe. Don't blow your hands off. And if you do blow a hand off, blow the one off that doesn't trade. Gotta have that one. What else? I don't even know what else to say. Oh yeah, madly love yourself. In the now. The light's getting. There it is. Don't forget that. My stickers are starting to peel a little bit too much. I need to stop peeling them off and putting them back on. It's funny, if you actually take this one corner and you flip it, which this is like the original Rubik's Cube, it's kind of cheap, you can't really actually do that. But if you take the stickers off of just one and just flip them, it becomes unsolvable. You would never be able to solve it. It's actually kind of funny to watch someone who knows how to solve it try to solve it when you do that. It's a practical joke that some people used to do on YouTube. Yeah, I watch Rubik's Cube on YouTube. I'm a dork. And don't get the Rona. AN is correct. Don't get the Rona. It's probably impossible at this point. I feel like, what do they call it? We did it with the chicken pox, where something immunity, where it's like over 70% of the population gets something, and they just say, I forget, herd immunity. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. I knew it was something immunity. But yeah, so it's like after they get, let them show you jerks. So I'm pretty sure it's like 70%. Once 70% of the population have it, they just say, okay, we're done caring about it. It's got herd immunity. So, let them struggle. I always do. That is the truth. If there's one thing Brian's good at, it's he'll semi-answer questions. He never fully answers a question. Buy high, sell low. By the way, that was a joke. Never buy high and sell low. Oh, and by the way, trading is easy. It's backwards stay. I knew David was going to say it. That's why. No, I agree, Brian. I agree. You're never going to become great if somebody just tells you how to do everything, because you're never going to respect the process. So I get what you do. I do. It's just sometimes I wish, it's like, there's sometimes I'm just like, Brian, just tell me. Just tell me this one thing that I want to know, because it will help me. Like, at least I think it'll help me. And then you just start beating around the damn bush, and I'm just like, I just want to reach through and well, make me understand it. Wait, you said that wrong. I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it. You can't understand what you explained to me? Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. So true. It's crazy how much that saying can come up and it just never gets old. It's so true. No, I don't understand it. Brian's telling you something while he's saying it. He doesn't understand it. That's kind of funny. Nikes. I am tired. We're going to Six Flags again tomorrow, but for the kids. Take them to the water park. They have like this, it's pretty cool. I don't know, they like set up some kind of netting so that like you're in your own little zone when you get in the water. It's kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, anybody have any last minute questions about anything? Literally anything. Doesn't have to be trading related. You can ask me anything. I'm three of these drinks deep. That's when I answer the good questions. I can go get a paper towel. My desk is kind of wet. Yeah, Zishan, I know. They do. I mean, there was plenty of shots tonight, Brian. There was definitely plenty of liquor in those drinks. I tend to pour more rum in there. The pineapple juice starts at 50%, and then like the next drink, it's probably like 40%, and then it's probably like 30%. Uh, but yeah, Zishan will still be safe. A lot of people don't go to that Six Flags that we go to anyway. So, especially with everything going on, we went on Wednesday. I bet you there was like 100 people in the whole park. I mean, we literally just walked onto the rides. On all the roller coasters, they're only doing like every other seat so that you're never really close to anybody. They're literally sanitizing the seats after every ride. So, I mean, I guess they're doing a good job. It has to suck for them, especially when not a lot of people are showing up. They have to be losing money. I don't know. Is this your full-time job? That's a good question. Yes. Technically, I am a stay-at-home dad. I have been for 3 years now, 3.5 years. When me and the wife, we actually moved down to Florida. We relocated from Maryland to Florida for her job. I had retired from my local government job. I was there for 10 years. And when we moved down there, we said, hey, let's find out a way to live just on your salary. And daycare is really expensive, so I'll just stay home with the kiddo. And so I started doing that, and it was amazing. We went to the pool like every single day. And but we were only there for about 3 months. The wife ended up not liking the people that she worked with there. She didn't like the commute because we were about 25 minutes away with no traffic. Coming home, that was like an hour. It sucked. The bridge to get over our way was always backed up really bad. She also got pregnant like right before we moved there with our second kid. And that led to her just worrying about being too far away from family. So she started getting homesick, started thinking about the whole family thing. And so 3 months later, we ended up moving back. And we're literally back in the same community, not the same house. We're right down the street from it. And yeah, so I'm still staying at home. Finally, our youngest is finally in school. He's now 2. He's just going part-time. He goes 3 days a week. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, both of them are in daycare. And it's like preschool, basically. And yeah, so I get the trade. I finally now get to trade. I haven't traded without the kids ever until the schools open back up from the Rona. Is it true your wife's a hottie? I don't know. I can show you a picture. You can tell me. Let's see. All right, here's a picture of her. Oh, why didn't that work? Why is it? All right, well, I'll just show you. Oh, here it is. Okay. There's a picture of her. So yeah, I mean, she's not bad looking. Can't complain. I was thinking going full-time trading. Well, I will say I do plan for this to be my full-time job, but thankfully my support system has been amazing throughout this. If for some reason I were to not be able to make this work, my wife's job, since when we moved back, we did the same thing. We said, hey, we need to find a house. We need to find everything that can be within budget from just her salary. So that's what we did. So anything that I bring in from like umpiring, trading, whatever it is, that's all extra for us. So that's kind of the point behind it. But obviously, everything I make is extra. So we've started to pay down the house. We paid off both our cars. Just everything that I have been making has been like, now most of it's going towards the little one's school. So anything that I do make pretty much goes, to the extra things to really get us ahead. Hopefully we're not paying down the house. I worded that wrong. We're saving for a new house. So eventually we can actually move into a nicer house. You should try to get the EIDL SBA grant free. I have no idea what that is. Link? Question mark? I probably would just Google it, but it might be better for you to just link me to whatever the heck you talking about. What you talking about, Willis? So here is my actual life for any of you that care. Is this going to let me? There we go. Look at me. I'm just as confused why she's with me, so. You guys tell me. Economic injury disaster loan, free money. Anyone with a side hustle can get $1,000. Let's copy paste. Economic injury disaster loan. But it says loan. I don't like that it says loan. I'm not even going to... I just Googled it. I'm going to leave it there. I'll look at it tomorrow. There's no way I'm going to sit here and try to read that tonight. Looks like you leveled up, my friend. Are you talking about from Scarlett? Scarlett's just my girlfriend. That was my wife. I didn't know which one you guys wanted to see. Yeah, we make an alright couple. We're happy. We're doing things right. We're debt free. We got 2 kids, close together, like I wanted them. Seem to have our heads in the right place. She just turned 30 though. She's getting a little old. I might have to upgrade to like a 25-year-old or something. I hope she doesn't randomly watch this. She doesn't ever watch my videos, so I highly doubt she's going to watch 2.5 hours into a live stream. Faster model. Yeah, exactly. A car. I see what you do. The word model threw me off for a sec. I thought you were talking about like a fashion model or something. Yeah, so you guys are agreeing. She would know. I'm just kidding. I think she's like secretly plotting how to get my insurance money. It was just a heart attack, sir. I don't know what happened. He just woke up, or he just never woke up. These things?
Concern. It was like the most important thing in life.
There was Mark Douglas. That's one of the features. If you double tap it, it'll start playing the video that you're watching. They're amazing. Too amazing. I get yelled at all the time because the wife, like, when they're literally just sitting on the couch, 10 feet away. It was probably about, 10 feet away. I can't hear them. I can't, with the noise canceling on, I can't hear them. It's amazing. Yeah, they're the Sony, I think they call them the M3s, or maybe it's the W3s. I think it's the W3s. Like, just going like this, it's nuts. But they do have a button right here as well, where if I hit that, it actually amplifies the sounds around me. So like if I don't want the noise canceling on and I want to be able to hear around me, but I still want to have both on so I don't have to go like this like I did with my old pair of headphones, I can literally just click that button so that I can still hear what I'm watching, but I can also hear everything around me, which is nice. And then you can also turn it just off completely, so it would be like a normal set of headphones, just whatever sound gets through gets through. Link in description. I think, didn't I take all those out? I just thought that was like too much to have all that stuff linked in there, so I had taken it out. It wasn't anything that I was getting from, but I figured if anybody actually had a question about like what I was using, I could just tell them. I figured having all that in the description was too much. Now I'm actually curious if I took that out or not. I don't even remember. It's so funny. It's like how I feel so busy. It's like never ending. Like I feel like I haven't been able to make any extra videos, but then I start to think back to like when I first started the channel and I was trying to make a bunch of extra videos. I was doing that with 2 kids, and it's like now I feel it's so different. But at the time, they were both kind of like the one, Camden, he was so young, he was still like an infant. He wasn't really like moving. He was just sleeping, eating, and laying around. And the other one, he was just more of, he would play for a little bit, and he was still taking 2 naps a day. And yeah, so it was, I guess technically it was easier then than it is now. Because when they're home now, it's like just constant play. Constant, Dad, I want to do this. Dad, I want to do that. What was I looking for? Oh, what was? No, I do still have it in there. My setup. I need to get rid of that, but I think that's just in this. I wonder if that's in the regular video still. Yeah, see, I took it out of the regular videos, so I must still just be using an old stream like info section, because like when you hit go live, it asks if you want to use an old one or not, and I must just keep hitting it, so that's probably why it's still there. Yeah, I see that it's an ad check, but yeah, if you go to like one of the regular videos, you'll see it's not there. But I guess I just need to start a new stream instead of keep clicking the old, like use the old template, I think is what comes up. But yeah, Nick, as David said, yeah, it's closed tomorrow. Yeah, sometimes Nick, taking a step back and, yeah, it's one of those things. It helps to just kind of refresh for a little bit. It sucks to think to not trade because you're like, I could be making money. But at the same time, you're also not losing more money because you're not focused. That's how I like to think of it. Are you open to adopt? I'm ready. I am also potty trained. potty trained. Oh, you're double potty trained. Yeah. I know I'm a good dad and all, but it's like that kid from Big Daddy when he's getting taken away. He's like, but I wipe my own ass. Hey, Tim, when do they credit you back the platform fee after 650 in commissions? So the day after they take the platform fees out, I'm pretty sure that day or the next day, they give it back. Like they credit the account back. So they take it out and then they credit it. I'm not sure if it's the same day or if it's the day after. but it's no later than the next day. Okay, jumping off. Have a good night, everyone. Later, David. Have a great weekend. Hey, that's what I was going to say. I'll talk to you, David. We talk pretty much throughout the weekend. Same to you, Brian. All right. We'll give it a couple more minutes. Any additional questions based off of that, Archie? I don't want to leave you hanging. Again, anybody that's in here that does not know about the Discord, I don't do the live streams anymore in the mornings throughout the week, but I do still hang out in a voice channel in the Discord where I just kind of hang out. I still talk about the trades I'm looking to get in, all that good stuff. And will you spank the kids? It depends if they want to be bad or not. But yeah, I am going to get out of here. They never credit you back? And you know that you've been over 650? I would give them a call. I mean, it literally says that right on their website, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm actually positive it does. 1,500 in commissions in Juning. They didn't credit you? They should credit your ass twice. Were you under my my code for that? That would be pretty nice. I'm just saying. It's not as much as it looks like, but yeah, or sounds like. I'm making it sound like it's more than it is. I was just being funny. They should. Oh yeah, they should. You're right. Oh, you are under mine? Cool. Oh, I appreciate that. I think earlier you had made it sound like you were going to be. Oh, okay. You used it when you opened it. Gotcha. Well, do me a favor, Archie. Do you have Discord? If you do, message me in there, and I will shoot them an email personally to like my guy, and I'll see what's up. But I would need to know your first and last name too, so that, or I don't want you to tell me your account number. But I can, or you know what? Maybe I'll just shoot them an email. If you don't mind waiting, if you could remind me Monday. Here, let me just get you the link. It'd be much easier. So drag that up, invite. Let's just ignore. I mean, you can click. Oh, don't worry about it. Let me give you the real one. The one that doesn't end, just in case you don't want to hit it now. So just click that link, and it should take you to a browser version. But if you want, they have a desktop version too. You can download that, but you can just run it in your browser. But when you join the channel, just message me on there, and we'll try to get it taken care of. It's been a week since I sent my information to CMEG. Is that good? It depends sometimes, Nick, because they get a little busy here and there. I've heard people say it only takes them a week to fully get signed up. I was actually one of them. But there's some people that say it takes a month, unfortunately. So, yeah, they might just be kind of busy right now with everything going on. The best thing you can do, Nick, is to just kind of call and get an update. They do much better with updates. Yeah, just make it Archie734, so that way I know it's you, and we can go from there. But okay, well, same to you, Nick. If you want to talk more about that, feel free. Anything to do with CMEG, guys, I will do my best to go out. I always go out of my way. Anybody that asks, I'll get in contact with them if I have to and be like, hey, what's up? Got somebody that needs something and it's not getting done. And usually we get it taken care of pretty quickly. So as far as the account getting open, though, Nick, I usually don't have any say in that. So you're better off just kind of calling to figure out what's going on with that and just get an update. That's the best thing you can do. They're pretty good at doing that. And yeah, I will see you guys. Remember, no trading tomorrow. Have a good weekend. Don't blow yourself up. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys Monday. Peace.